So welcome to another game chat with the Rob Man here. And you know what? Something I've never talked about is, isn't it amazing that I always wear this jacket that you got me? I've worn it.
You actually said when you got that jacket on that episode that you were going to wear it.
Yes.
From then on. And you have been a man of your word.
Well, you know, I remember at that time I was like, I love the jacket so much, and I was like, well, I don't just want to put it in a closet and hide it away. I'm like,
no, you got to wear it.
I'm going to wear it. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to wear glasses on the show. I'm going to actually, because I need to read some things. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go for a different look. And that's what I did. And then it stuck. Now, I love this jacket. It's very airy too, I must say.
And it to me is the perfect blend of two things that I remember. One, your absolute impassioned love of Macross.
Yes.
And you always wore those bomber jackets in your skater days.
I did.
Although they were the orange line.
Yeah, the orange line back then.
The orange line black bomber jacket, the baggy pants tucked into
Powell
the high.
on the back.
Yeah,
I mean,
The cargo military pants tucked into the really high Doc Marten boots.
14-hole Doc Marten boots.
Buddy.
I used to skateboard in those. I could ollie and I could do anything in those. So
Insane.
weird. So anyways.
But yes.
I just wanted to say, isn't that amazing? I still wanted the shirt you got me for Christmas like years ago.
Yeah.
Like years ago. What have you been playing?
Well, now, here's where things get interesting.
Right.
2 items of note. Just 2.
Yeah.
But there's 2. One, I have finally been getting into the Final Fantasy VII Remake proper. Taken my sweet...
Was that after we talked? Was that after we talked on the phone? Is that when you decided to start?
Yes, I decided to start again because I'd gotten partway in, and then something happened. It tapered off, and then through one thing and another, and I did eventually end up getting a new television.
Yes.
And because it's a 4K HDR, you told me that the PS5 upgrade for Final Fantasy VII is not to be missed.
It's
had
free.
to.
And it's free.
And it is if you had the PS4 version, which I had. So I put it into my PS5. It instantly downloaded the update and the upgrade.
Yeah.
Wow. What a difference.
I don't hate it. The one thing that we will never do. No, I'm not 1080ping shaming anyone.
No.
But I'm telling you, seeing this stuff running in 4K,
it's so pretty.
It's shocking. It's shocking, especially for people who played Final Fantasy VII back in the day, and then we're seeing this. This is a reimagined remake of it. What are your thoughts on the game then?
I like it a lot. I'm enjoying it. I have found that over the years I have gotten more towards the action style combat in a lot of things.
Yeah.
I like a little more of a flow and a pace to it that way. However, it doesn't feel as much like a JRPG as the original did. And in that, the catchphrase I've made up for this is, it's the greatest movie I've ever played.
Right.
Because there's so many cinemas, and then there's little bits of things you can do, and even if you're doing, which I have done all the side quests I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
And I think I'm right near the end because I've just done Corneo's Mansion.
Right.
Okay. But it's a lot of cinemas and a lot of sort of little interactive bits strung together with a lot of narrative.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel as much like a game as much as this is like a...
interactive experience.
Yes.
And I think that's what they're trying to go from. And what I've said is, the original Final Fantasy VII exists, so then nobody's taking that away from us.
Ever.
This is a different way to look at the world and experience the world.
Yes.
I believe in the original as well. It's more, you can kind of stop, relax, level up, work on things, do certain things. Where this game, sometimes I said it feels like you're on a train.
Yep.
You're going, and sometimes it slows down, but it just keeps on going, and you're like, oh, that's cool, And I'm not just saying that like you're a passive observer.
They ain't no stopping this train we're on.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Ain't no stopping this train we're on, son.
It just feels that sometimes it's always just taking you to the next place, but it's good.
Yes,
it's really cool.
But like little things like the first time you get into either of the slum towns.
Yeah.
I want to explore.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, they lead you to where the story element is. Then they kind of let you off.
Eventually,
sure.
They do let you go and explore, and that's when you can do all your side quests and do a bit of leveling up and running around and finding enemies and stuff. But it's like a little biscuit for doing the story part and being a good boy.
Yeah.
As opposed to the main stage.
Yeah, and I just think that this is the way they're going with RPGs. Now, I'm actually very nervous about the upcoming Dragon Quest 12.
Yeah, you were saying.
We were talking about this in the other room.
Yes.
It's because they made mention of it. They had to mention this. the combat is going to be different. Now, combat has always evolved in Dragon Quest, and I've always enjoyed that change. But what I'm fully scared about is that they fully get away from some form of turn-based and just make it action-based. Because Square, with everything they're doing these days, it is always action. And you know, they did it with Kingdom Hearts in the beginning, and that was cool. And then all of a sudden, everything starts doing that. Kind of.
And please, Square Enix, you're probably not, nobody who'd be involved is listening. I doubt it, and I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. Keep it turn-based. Please. Keep it turn-based.
Yeah.
Give us this one little...
Just keep Dragon Quest the traditions. Dragon Quest is the traditions.
Please.
They've gotten rid of a lot of the traditions of Dragon Quest over the years. It's like, no, we won't do that anymore. You know, and some of them, thank God. Like, I mean, selecting a door to open a door is stupid.
Yes, and
that
selecting
needs
stairs
to go
down the stairs.
That's medieval.
Yes.
Now that makes sense to change those. But I mean, and here's the thing. I saw this great meme where there's an old woman and she's walking with a walker. You know what I'm talking about?
I know the
and she's like, "Where's my turn-based Final Fantasy?" And there's this her daughter's there or something. Her granddaughter.
Yeah.
She's like, "Come on, grandmother. It's time to sleep. You know, to go to bed for a while. Time to go to bed." And it's like, I don't want to be that guy. But
we're going to be that guy.
I think we're going to be a little bit. So I'm nervous about Dragon Quest going in the future and all of that. But I want to play through Final Fantasy VII Remake again. I want to play through it all again. It
is, I mean, visually stunning. Masterpiece.
Yeah.
Beautiful. The character development, they've expanded on the story. They've expanded on a lot of the themes in it. Very good. Very beautiful.
Yeah.
Just, if you're walking into this with your head full of the original Final Fantasy, and you're thinking, it's that with fancier No.
And I think that's what, for some people, took them for a loop. They expected that. And here's the thing, because I am older, I really keep a more open mind. I don't want to be grandpa. I don't want to be put to bed.
Well, see, what's happened is, for me, I have fought so much harder against... Because I remember when Final Fantasy XII came out, I didn't like the combat system because it was more action-based.
It's more MMO. It's kind of an MMO kind of action.
But as time has come along, and more games with that have come out, I've adapted, adjusted, and gotten used to and become comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Where I could probably go back and play Final Fantasy XII now and enjoy the hell out of it.
Oh, we did, and we loved it.
Okay, well then that's on my cadre.
I think honestly you'll like it. Yeah.
The second game I've been playing.
Oh, yes.
And which will lead wonderfully into this whole conversation we're having.
Oh.
We talked the other night on the phone.
You're right.
And you said that you had sat out on your patio in the warm weather, and just this magical, perfect moment of nostalgia happened to you.
Can I say that yeah, it was a beautiful night here, and I had my iPhone, I had my headphones in, and I was having a drink, and it was beautiful, and I was having a little peaceful moment for Dad. And I was like, oh, this is nice. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I want to listen to some music. I don't know why. I was just like, I have a certain urge. And I went and I added them to my playlist.
And what game was that music from?
Wild Arms, the original on PlayStation 1. And I tell you, I sat there and I got shivers. And I got shivers because it wasn't just that the music is good, which it is, but it transported me back so hard.
Yes.
Back to when we were hanging out that I couldn't believe it. And I was like, oh my God, that era, that moment, that time period where you're hanging out with your friends. I mean, where your friends are your family. That was a golden time. So I got on the phone with this guy, and I didn't. Yeah, you can take it from there.
So he tells me about this, and that main theme is looping in my head, and then a little bit of the combat music, and I went, oh no, I need to do this. I need to do this right now.
Yeah.
And I went down and I was able to drag up my old PS3.
Yeah.
Because they are backwards compatible to PS1, all of them.
Yeah.
So I grabbed one of my PS3s and I brought it upstairs and I brought a controller and I got it all charged up and I put in Wild Arms. And I put on the render smoothing and the up conversion and everything else. It actually looks, and I found a setting that allows it to stay in the original aspect ratio on the TV.
Right there, yeah.
It's like a religious experience for me. It has been so
long,
great
so
to come back and re-experience this, and like the randomized combat and how frequent it is that I'd forgotten about.
Yeah.
But you know what? Honestly, I love the level grinding.
Yeah.
I just go out and do combat for hours.
And the combat was very simple.
but so beautiful.
It's so simple, and that's what games were back then. That's what games were back then. And we're not saying that the combat in Wild Arms is better than Final Fantasy VII
No,
Remake.
no,
We're not
no,
saying
no,
that.
no.
We're
What I'm
just
saying
saying
is-
that we enjoy it.
And for me to be experiencing both of these games simultaneously, so I'll play a bit of one on the game system in the basement. The other one I'll play upstairs in the main family room TV.
Yeah.
To see how JRPGs have developed from Wild Arms to now, and to experience both simultaneously is such an amazing feeling.
Well, I think for me, what's fascinating is I was there for the very first JRPG that was ever released in this country, which was like Fantasy Star. Actually, Miracle Warriors has that. The first JRPG I'm talking about was released in this country was Miracle Warriors, and then I got to experience Fantasy Star, and I got to experience all of them as they came out, all to this day.
Yep.
Every single one.
Yep.
Because I am a nuthead and I like my RPGs.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. And it's fascinating to see where we've gone. And the thing is I'm not upset with combat certain times changing.
Yeah.
Because we've had so much traditional
Yes.
in our time. But I get nervous. Dragon Quest I get nervous about.
Yes.
Because it's based on tradition. Dragon Quest is tradition. And I have a funny feeling they're going to change it.
Oh, that would not be pleasant.
No. So it's funny. For myself, I've been playing Fantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis, and it's going to sound bad, but I can't really talk about it because I'm planning an entire episode.
Fair enough.
I've written all my notes
Okay.
of all the things I want to talk about.
I respect it.
But it really harkens back a little bit to the originals, and it feels good. And it hit a point when the game opened up to me, and I was like, I really like this a lot. It brought the fun. It brought the fun where I'm going to start into it, and
No, that's fine.
Back,
I got that on Game Pass, so
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a shot.
it's free.
Yep.
It's free.
Worst thing in the world is free.
Yeah, worst in the world is free, and New Genesis is free. Create a new character and just do the tutorial and stuff that takes a couple hours, and then it lets you off. And
Nice.
Yeah, there's a little bit to it, but it's more simple. Anyways, I'm going to go more
No.
simplified than the Fantasy Star Online 2. So I really appreciate that. So anything else you've been playing? Those are the two main.
Those are the two mains. That's it. And loving the hell out of it.
Yeah, it's fun to go back and revisit some of those old games that are like Wild Arms. Oh my god.
It is amazing how quickly and how easily it just plopped me right back into my living room back in Delta, sitting in front of that TV on a PS1.
Yeah, because that's like I think that's 1998. It's somewhere in there. Yeah, so that's like holy cow. That's like 23 years ago.
Jesus.
And it's like for us, I know you watch a show, and it's funny for us is that it doesn't seem that long ago for us since we played it. Like we get together and we're the same people. We may look a little different and stuff like that from the past, but we're still got the same personalities. We still like the games the same way.
Yeah.
Like it's not changed. We're like, Wild Arms so passe now.
Oh goodness, those graphics are
those
so
graphics,
dated. I don't think I could handle it.
I've moved on from that now.
Oh, yes,
I
no,
became an adult last week.
Yes,
It's all
now I
over
only
now.
play chess.
Yeah, now I only play chess. Now I only mountain climb and go camping.
so
I don't do
important,
no more of that old video game turn-based combat from the olden
It
days.
was a bunch of rubbish and folderol, really. No good.
Cannon fodder.
Oh my goodness.
It's just too funny. Absolutely. So, guys, we just want to come in and talk about some games we've been playing. So, anyways, guys, until next time.